can never forget seeing the expression that says that if you can read this, thank a teacher. And, you know, I really didn't know what that meant and how much education and teaching realized how important it was initially. But now I understand. And it's important that the entire community and everybody understands the value of education and the availability of education. So this morning I'm so happy to be able to talk to two individuals who are involved in not only teaching and education and technology and training and things of that nature, but also in other things that's going to improve the community. Let me quickly say that education can solve most of the problems, the negativity in our community, crime, unemployment, and things of that nature. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about a process and a vehicle that can be utilized to address many of the problems in our community through education. And that vehicle, that institution, that building, that entity is Hutching College and Career Academy. And I've got two individuals with me this morning who are a part of this outstandingness. Incidentally, we are here, you know, at Hutching College and Career Academy filming. And this is just part of what they do. This is one of the things they do, and they're going to talk about all of the other programs and activities that are here at Hutchings. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, so good to be here. I'm
thanking
a teacher right now. You know? I'm thanking two teachers. So, I mean, we're going to start with Mr. Wise. Introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Jason Weiss. I'm the director/principal of Hutchings College and Career Academy. This is my first year as the director, as the CTA supervisor for the district for 10 years. And prior to that, I was a teacher teaching marketing and business. Started out at Howard.
Yeah, outstanding.
Well, I'm Cassandra Miller-Washington, and I'm the executive director of CTAE and the CEO for Hutchings College and Career Academy. And prior to being in this role, I was a CTAE supervisor, a marketing teacher, and I worked in industry. So very excited to be in education, changing the world, building that workforce for tomorrow.
Outstanding. And so I'm so happy to talk to two of you. Let's just talk about what's going on at Hutchings. You know, I've heard people say this is the best kept secret in the community. And it's so important. So I want everybody out there to understand that this is a vehicle and this is information that can help your nephew, your niece, your grandchild, or somebody. Because all of the services that are available here can make a major difference in their lives, etc. So let's just talk about, not both of you at the same time. Let's talk about, you know, just what Hutchings is about.
Well, what I will kind of talk about is the partnerships, as Dr. Weiss can allude to, the pathways that we have. We just opened up sports medicine, and that is a pathway to align kids to other areas of healthcare, but really allow us to get students out working and connecting to our post-secondary. We are post-secondary rich in Macon. We have Middle Georgia State, Central Georgia Technical College, Mercer, and they have all opened up an occupational therapy program, physical therapy, and student athletic trainers. So when you think about that, how do we build that pipeline? How do we also get students to experience that? So we have students that after they finish the pathway, they can actually be on our own fields, working and supporting the new athletic trainers that we've hired this year. When we think about our IST and certified warehouse distribution pathways, that is Purdue, Farms, and then we have Coca-Cola. And our students are walking out of high school and right now making a minimum of $20. But we have a student that's at Purdue. He's been there for 3 years, and he went during the pandemic, and he has already been promoted 3 times. He's a level 3 operator. And when you think about that, that is now a salary of about $45,000 to $50,000 with benefits, 401k, tuition reimbursement. So what that allows us to do is really allow students to look at the 3 E's and be enrolled, employed, or enlisted, or they could do the 3 E's simultaneously. And that allows us to really prepare students for their future. We don't want a student just to walk out of here and have a job. They can have a job while they're in school and they can be learning the basic employability skills, but we want students to leave from Hutchins College and Career Academy with a career. Wow. And when we think about, we have a student at Coca-Cola, he has now recruited other students. He has his own route. He's merchandising. He is very popular. He's their poster child because the workforce is looking for individuals. They're looking for kids. And this is where it starts, allowing a student to explore and gain those skill sets. And we're just trying to build those experiences for students, give them the opportunity to work. So I'm so glad you chose Hutchins to video. They have also been actually developing their own entrepreneurship. They were at a prom this weekend doing 360 cameras and really experiencing that customer service and giving feedback. So when we think about the opportunities here, they're great. I will go ahead before I turn it over to Dr. Weiss. We're excited about a new opportunity of hopefully getting a mobile learning lab, which will be similar to a food truck. That culinary will actually be able to have students and go and work and really build that connection in the community. The goal is that students should be able to walk away and know actually which direction they want to go into. And that's the key for us here.
And before Dr. Wise starts, you know, everybody doesn't have to go to college. You know, and that's the key element of this training. And this, now we encourage, you know, college and dual enrollment and things of that nature. But I hate to tell you this, but excuses come out of trash cans. You know, so there should be no excuse for any young person, you know, particularly those who are in school, you know, not being able to generate activities and involve themselves in activities that will result in a career. Correct. You know, I'm looking over now at Chelsea, you know, a young lady who, you know, right here at Hutchins Career, and she's learning. And there can be several other young people. So we want to encourage, and Dr. Wise, I want you to talk about, you know, because I know some of the parents are serious and are concerned about how to get involved in this and what are the programs that are available here.
Sure. As Dr. Washington alluded to, Hutchins is a unique experience. It's not your traditional high school. So when a student comes here, they're working in an industry-specific, state-of-the-art lab. It's very hands-on, very project-based. We're really truly preparing them to what it would look like if they were actually working in that industry in the field. And we have multiple pathways. We have pathways that are here on our campus, but we also have a partnership with Central Georgia Tech. So some of our pathways are on this campus, as Dr. Washington alluded to, our warehouse, our welding, barbering, construction, engineering. And on a campus, one of the newest ones we just started here on campus is our cybersecurity. That's a huge growing industry for it. So we have state-of-the-art computers. The students are learning how to do things hybrid, so they're getting some virtual instruction. They're really kind of breaking down and learning what coding could look like and what it would be like to defend our own infrastructure. So that's really what the thing is here at Hutchins. It's a very unique experience, and I want our parents to understand and students to understand that when they attend here, they still can appreciate and do everything that they need to do at their home school. So whether they play a sport, they're in the play, whatever it is, any extracurricular activity they want to do at their home school, they can still do while, like you said, gaining that industry experience, that career experience, and that they can realize that for just a year attending here, they can get a license, they can get a credential that will allow them to go straight to the workforce, as Dr. Washington says, luckily with a majority of our partnerships that we've aligned here at Hutchins.
That is so outstanding. So if a parent or a student is interested in being a part of this, and everybody should be one with, even if you plan, you know, there's an old expression that says a pair and a spare. So even if you're interested in going into college, you know, just garnering and getting more technical skills can be an enhancement, because sometimes, you know, it's just nothing wrong with having something to fall back on. We're going to talk about both the pair and the spare, and we'll be right back. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and we'll be right back.
Get ready, Central Georgia.
This is Alex Habersham, publisher of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages. I'm happy to inform the community, particularly business owners, that we're working on a new edition of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide.
Coming soon.
So call today. You need to be a part of this.
Your resource guide to identify Black-owned businesses throughout Central Georgia.
You either get your free listing and or your ad in the upcoming edition.
We try to make it very easy through our book, electronic and digital formats, and social media. Reserve your ad space today.
Call 478-464-0074.
Visit our website at makingBlackPages.com.
You cannot afford not to advertise.
Download the app.
The new Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages and Resource Guide is on the way.
Coming soon.
We're back. I'm your host, Alex Haversham, and this is a call to action. And it really warms my heart to be able to generate and project information to the community that's going to make a difference in the community. And we certainly are involved with an institution and individuals today who really can make a difference, can make a measurable difference in our community. And those individuals are Dr. Jason Weiss and Dr. Cassandra Washington. You with more than Hutching Career Academy, but I'm going to just assign you to Hutching today.
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Hutching College and Career Academy. And we were just talking about all the programs and activities and functions of this institution. So let's proceed with that and talk some more about many of the other things that are going on here.
Yes, sir. Also, you know, I think a lot of times we talk about letting a student decide their path. And the key is that at Hutchins, we want students to leave with stackable credentials. We want them to leave with more than a high school diploma. That allows them to be very marketable. That allows us to build that pipeline. And one of the goals is that all of the pathways, except for two, and we are working really, really hard with one of our post-secondary partners to combine them, they receive college credit. So they receive a credential from Central Georgia Tech, a technical certificate of credit, which allows those credits to transfer. So if you have a student that has an interest in going to Georgia Tech, why not get a head start and start understanding engineering and be exposed? So our engineering pathway, the students leave with a technical certificate in engineering, and it gives them a leg up is what I say. You go in. Dual enrollment is not just the state of Georgia, it is nationwide. So what we have to be very mindful is that someone in that class is going to be ahead. When you think about a student going into nursing, why not have a CNA? Now colleges are saying it without a CNA, they won't admit you into a nursing program because they know now you can pass a national assessment. You have the ability, the knowledge to do what it takes to pass that assessment. So as we're looking at all of those pieces, we want parents to know you can definitely still do AP, and you can definitely still stay at your home school. But at the end of the day, dual enrollment is a guarantee. It is guaranteed as long as you make a C or better. We don't advocate a C, but as long as you make a C or better, it will transfer. That is the state of Georgia law.
Kind of explain what is meant by dual enrollment.
Dual enrollment is when you're taking a high school credit and a college credit simultaneously. So if you're taking in high school English 1101, that will serve as your college credit, but also as your 12th grade English credit. So that allows students to leave early, come and get some work-based learning experience. And what better way to get work-based learning experience so you can truly be ready for the workforce. I'd rather for students to make mistakes now and be groomed and mentored as we partner with companies that are allowing students to do work-based learning. They're mentoring them. They're telling them the right way to come to work, how to dress. And not saying that we don't do this at the school level, but it is a partnership. When we look at our strategic map and it says student and stakeholder engagement, partnering with the community is huge. It sits right underneath student achievement. Without the community, we can't move student achievement. You need individuals from the outside speaking the same language. That's what will build a community. So parents have to understand we're giving students an opportunity to be the best they can be. And the goal is that they walk away either going college, directly into the workforce, or the military. So we want kids to be able to do it sometimes simultaneously. You can be enrolled in college and go to the military. Let the military pay for you to go to college.
Right.
Why not? Why not go ahead and go to work and you have the credentials to be able to move up? So we've witnessed that, but we need more kids.
Okay, speaking of more kids, Dr. Weiss,
Yes.
You know, I remember nice and white, so
Yes,
I get it right. Talk a little bit more about any other additional programs and activities, but let's kind of walk, because I know people are chomping at the bits to find out more. Well, how do I get my niece involved, my child involved, my grandchild involved?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about how the process works as it relates to getting people into this program.
Okay. The way dual enrollment works is you have to start at your 10th grade year. So we have students that range from their 10th grade all the way up to their 12th grade. If they're interested in attending, definitely follow our district or our social media. We post out our recruitment link all the time, as well as our website at Hutchins College and Career Academy. They can find the link there. But they can also talk to the counselor if they're interested in registering for us. The counselors have all that information. We have registered a lot of students. We have some great students already signed up for next year, and we're kind of doing it in a unique way of announcing their acceptance. We're actually going to visit the schools this week and next week and deliver their Hutchins 3E Ready Golden Ticket for acceptance. So we really want to make it a big kind of announcement and experience for them so they know that they're coming, like I said, for that unique experience. But for all of our programs, we're definitely still looking for students that want to come attend. Again, we have 2 sessions, so it kind of works a little differently. So if they want to come to Hutchins, they're either going to come for us in the morning session or the afternoon session. So they come from either 8 to 9:45 in the morning or 12:15 to 2 in the afternoon. We have transportation from their home school, so transportation is not an issue, but they are allowed to drive as well if they do have the license to drive. And then, like I said, then they go back to their home school and can participate in any extracurricular activities. But I also want to touch on, like y'all have been talking about, we focus a little bit on the career, but I do want to focus on the academic side as well, because we do have academic pathways here. We have U.S. history, we have English, and we have Spanish. So when a student comes over here and takes advantage, like Dr. Washington says, of dual enrollment for academics, they're actually going to leave us with 4 credits. So they're going to take an English class, they're going to take a Spanish class, but they're also going to take 2 additional academic classes that's going to allow them to leave with 4 high school credits plus 4 college credits. In addition, all of our pathways have an academic embedded course. So any pathway that they take with us is actually going to be an additional benefit to the student because they get to satisfy one of their academic requirements at the high school. So it's a really big benefit.
You know what I thought about when you were saying that even if you are a CNA engineer or technician, you still got to know how to do math, you got to know how to communicate, you got to know how to interact in the community. You know, so it's important that you mention that, you know, you get the technical skills, but you also get the academic life skills.
Correct.
Well, and it makes it relevant.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're learning about math, and so they're saying, why do I need to learn about a slope? But when you're in construction, you understand slope when you have to build a roof for a house. So it starts to make it a little more relevant to why we're taking those academic curriculum courses.
So that makes a whole lot of sense. You mentioned the partners, and I see you get all excited when you talk about the kind of support and participation that you get from the community. So talk a little bit more about the partnerships, and also, you know, there may be some businesses or industries or companies out there who want to know more or who may want to, and you're talking to one, you know what I'm saying? Because I need 2 students as we speak, and we had a conversation prior to this interview that there are programs available for businesses like mine, you know, to get a double benefit, you know, help to train some students, but also get the benefit of those students working in, you know, my business, and I understand that if you can pay them, so I'm real interested in that.
Okay. Well, what I will say is we have several businesses. I will say that one of our biggest industry working with us now is aviation. When we think about getting students
Excuse me, that's so exciting. I mean, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but it's so exciting. You know, you're talking about cybersecurity and aviation and engineering and all of these things and I'm talking about real money.
Real money.
I'm not talking about minimum wages, so I just had to interrupt you and just show my excitement as it relates to all of these high-paying jobs and all this high-paying training that kids can go through to kind of advance themselves and live meaningful lives and make meaningful contributions to our society. So go ahead.
I will tell you, you're fine. Aviation is one of our biggest push now. We actually had an aviation summit about 2 months ago, and we invited kids and we toured. That is a huge industry right here in Macon. I don't know if a lot of people realize that, but a lot of companies in the aviation industry land right here in Macon.
Wow.
And so we have Dean Baldwin that paint planes. And as we got a chance to visit, it was amazing to see a plane come in on a Thursday night, and by Sunday, Delta's picking it back up. And the average starting salary is anywhere from $20 to $22 an hour. But what was really amazing is the gentleman that I'm giving the tour, he said hard work, good work ethic, in less than 2 to 3 years, you're talking about an $85,000 salary.
Wow.
Now that's not out of my mouth. That was out because I was like, can I sign up? So I will say that when we talk about the opportunity and the skills you get there, he says what happens sometimes, they end up going to Delta. They end up going to other individual companies. So when we talk about getting kids ready for a job and a career, he actually, the guy that gave us the tour, graduated from Southwest. And he talked about, don't let anybody tell you nothing good doesn't come from Macon,
Right.
because it does.
Right.
And he is now leading this plant here in
Wow.
Macon.
Wow.
And he explained that the credentials that they continue to add allows them to be able to go to other industries. So when we talk about opportunities, aviation, and that's just one of the companies that's here. Embraer, they're waiting on individuals. I gave him a name of a student the other day. He said, oh, he's hired. If he came from Hutching and Central Georgia, he's hired.
Wow.
He hadn't even interviewed him yet. But the skills they will receive, the base, you're looking at a place where we have the opportunity to truly stop a lot of issues like you alluded to earlier, because kids then have funding. You have the opportunity to have a good life. And when I think about $85,000, when I got out of college, they offered me $21,500. I owe more than that in student loans. So I'm saying this is the time for parents, if they don't know, to ask. We're here. We give tours on the weekend. We'll give tours after school. We work with their schedule because we don't want to miss a child. We don't want an opportunity to be missed because they are not aware of the information.
That is so outstanding. That is so exciting. And I just want to encourage the community. And you be thinking, Dr. Weiss, on what you're going to add to it. But I just got to say that not only should you be listening to this, then I'm sure that Stephanie will put it on the Board of Education website. But you need to see what Dr. Washington is saying, that we can use this kind of training and this kind of these kinds of experiences for our young people. That's going to help the community. That's going to help to prevent crime. That's going to help to put students on a path where they will be meaningful and productive citizens. It's right here at our fingertips through Hutchins College and Career Academy. So I want everybody to make him or herself a committee of one to make sure that all of the students, to the extent possible, who can benefit from this program, know about it and approach this institution to see what it takes to be involved. I didn't take all the time, Doc. You go right ahead.
Yeah, just kind of echo what you were saying. If you have any student that's interested, just wants to come explore, just wants to kind of see what we're all about, please give us a call, stop by. We're more than willing to give tours to anybody to kind of show. Hutchins sells itself. We can talk about it all day long, but like you said, until you get into the facility and really see what the labs look like and what a unique experience it is, then it kind of changes the perspective and kind of gets them to understand. But we were more than willing to tour anybody, answer any questions anybody has, so talk to the counselors, give us a call, visit our homepage through the Bibb County School District website, and we'll be more than happy to get them signed up and ready to college and career ready and 3E ready for next year.
So you can take more students.
Definitely, yes sir.
You're
yes,
in the process now of enrolling more students.
Yes sir.
And then if one is interested, then you can get in.
Oh, definitely.
But now after this interview, you all better hurry because it's going to fill up.
Right.
Because people are going to seize this opportunity to be a part of this phenomenal organization and learn some. I'm talking about cash money.
Yes.
$85,000.
I want to go back to the part because I know I'm getting long with, so I have to time myself. But I do want you to know that if companies are interested in having students, because that's a key component when we talk about mentorship. We also have a partnership with WorkSource Georgia. So when we look at experiences for internships, our goal is that depending on the student and the company, we will pay the student. All you have to do is supply the actual opportunity. So we try to remove every barrier. So the more we partner and have conversation, that way no student will get left behind.
Outstanding. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed Doctors Jason Weiss,
You got it.
and Cassandra Washington of Hutching College and Career Academy and Charter School. Thought I didn't know that. And like we said, this is such a phenomenal organization. I'm going to give a shout out to, because they said the proof is in the pudding, I'm going to give a shout out to Chelsea again, who's a student here at Hutchins, and we are at Hutchins, and we are filming at Hutchins, and we've got a young person gaining experience by videoing us today, so I'm sure that she's going to be successful. And this gives her a hand up and a heads up on a career if, in fact, she's interested in that. Don't forget, my suggestion to the community is that, you're either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. One of the solutions in our community is this fine institution and all of the services that are available here. So if you would, help us to get this message out, because in doing so, you will be helping the community. Thank you all so much for all you do. You tell, people who've been in the service, thank you for your service. But I'm telling you all, thank you for your service. Because Hutchins is making a difference to serve and protect us as a community. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex C. Habersham. Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com